in this country with a weapon that should never, ever be upon someone's person. And I made 2 videos on Thursday night, which I stand by 100%, and I want to reiterate and re-explain during this video. There are only 5 victims during that attack, and they are the people who were killed by this man, Jake Davison, who had a YouTube channel where he made it perfectly clear that he was not well, deranged, and needed help. The place to get help is not online. It's not on Twitter, it's not Facebook or indeed YouTube. The place is an asylum, which is where we used to send people who have lost all hope and want to get revenge on others who are decidedly more successful than they are. I'm not here to attack this man other than to state that he's not a victim, and the only victims, of which there are 5, 6 people are dead, but there's only 5 victims, one of which is a child who should be breathing and living today and isn't because of the mental unwellness of a man who had spiraled to the point where he felt he could take revenge before killing himself. This video isn't going to have many laughs, but the narrative I've seen across the media is that we should somehow have sympathy with this man. I don't have sympathy with this man. I have sympathy with the families of the dead. I also have grave concerns that there could be another fella like this somewhere looming amongst our people, our communities, on our streets, maybe our neighbours, because there is no safety net now. There is no colander to drip out these type of people and lock them away. Because we now have a society where we allow the bonkers to be amongst us. We allow the depressed to continue and hope for the best. And we continue to allow mentally ill people to self-medicate and hopefully not do what he did on Thursday night in Plymouth. It's the voice of reason. We're live across the world for a Saturday, and this story has no joy in it whatsoever. There is no optimism, because the reality is this is a flaw in the system that's allowed a man who is clearly deranged to take the ultimate revenge, to somehow affirm whatever it is that's going on in his head. A deeply unwell man who clearly admitted he was deeply unwell. Just look at some of this video from YouTube.
I'm so beaten down and defeated by life. That drive that I once had, that's gone now. You know, I try, and I always keep trying. But it's like, I'm at the point now where it's like, why do I even bother? Like, for what? You know? I'm still in the same house, same situation, same position. Still, everything's still the same. For the most part, it's just been me against the world. It's just been me fighting an uphill battle with a big rock on my back, you know, while I'm seeing that don't deserve half of anything. Now they're getting a free ride to the top. The whole premise of the Terminator movies is that, you know, everything's rigged against you. There's no hope for humanity. You know, we're on the brink of extinction, you know. These machines are unstoppable killing machines that can't be beaten, can't be outsmarted. But yet, humanity still tries to fight to the end.
I don't know how you feel about this, but I have no sympathy with him at all. I have sympathy with his mother, who must be absolutely devastated that she is now responsible for having a son that has just destroyed an entire community and, of course, taken the lives of innocent people in just 6 minutes, I read. This happened so quickly. It's a miracle more people weren't injured or indeed killed. You know, we've got to have an honest conversation about who's living next door to us, who's in our street, who's in our community, who is around and about that shouldn't be. Margaret Thatcher created this problem, care in the community. We used to have asylums to put people, and they said it's against their human rights. We need to keep them in the community. We don't need to keep bonkers people, dangerous people, fixated and obsessed people in the community. We don't. They need locking up. They need protecting from themselves. There will be no justice for these families because he's taken his own life, which gives me some kind of consolation, because he would have done what he did anyway, and now we won't have to pay for him. We won't have to pay for a trial. We won't have to pay for his incarceration. And he'll hopefully meet his maker and go to hell. But my reaction to this is not about Thursday anymore, although I send my absolute condolences to the families, and we send our love to those who this weekend will be unfathomably grieving over the loss of people who should still be here today. My concern is who is the next person who's going to go on YouTube saying that the stark raving bonkers have lost the will to live and want to get their revenge. These are hugely troubling times. And I'm telling you, the more of these people there are in the community, and Twitter is the home of these bonkers people. Twitter, social media has exposed more than ever that we need to get these people taken care of, medicated, and in some cases locked away for their own protection. That's all I'm going to say on it.